South Africa. In this video, I want to speak directly to the men of this country. Whether you are white, black, Indian, colored, Asian, Nomaganjani, that mark ni sakni. The men of this country need to arise and step into their God-given authority, assignment, purpose, and destiny. As a man, there are two very important things in your life. And that is, number one, your word. Is your yes, and your no, your no. And number two, what type of example are you essentially setting? And I want to dive into a quick little story over here with regards to Cyril Ramaphosa, the current president of South Africa and leader of the ANC, the African National Congress, and what he had mentioned at a more recent event that took place for the ANC regarding the way forward. And then what I want to do is I want to dive into three very important lessons that us as men of this beautiful country need to embrace if we truly want the nation to move forward. Not your tribe, not your culture, but this country to move forward. Because it must be South Africa first. Because we all live in this beautiful country, and I don't think that there's a single person in this country that does not want the nation to ultimately progress. Well, I really hope that's not the case. Okay, I really hope that's not the case. And I'm saying that with a lot of hope in my heart, because I also know on the other side of that coin that there are some people that want to watch the country burn. But I'm hoping that you are not those people over there. You are not them. So welcome to the William Moises Show. Sambonani Tobela Dumilang, goeiemiddag and good afternoon, South Africa. Let's dive into the story over here. So President Cyril Ramaphosa lectured the African National Congress, the ANC, for failing to meet the basic needs of many South Africans as it prepares to face crucial municipal elections within the next year. Ramaphosa, addressing a half-empty stadium with a capacity of just 20,000 in the country's northwest province, listed a litany of issues ailing the country, many of them acute in areas led by the ANC. So I don't want to dive too deeply into that story because I want to deal with you as men within this country and what you and I can essentially do. But with that being said, a quick question for the ANC, and that is simply this. If the ANC has failed the people, then why is it still rewarding the same powers, why is it then rewarding still the same leaders with power? Let me just rephrase it again. If the ANC has failed the people, then why is it still rewarding the same leaders with power? Just a thought. Please like this video. Let's see if we can get it up to at least 150 likes. Drop your comments down there below and let's dive into the three lessons. Make sure that you stay tuned all the way through to the end because the third one is also very, very important. Number one, as a man, we must absolutely refuse to live in denial of reality. So we need to deal with reality and not live in denial. Again, if you want to get to where you want to get to, if you want to move from Pretoria to Johannesburg, you need to be very clear as to where you are currently at when you type it into the GPS. It's the same within life as well. We need to be very clear as to where we are finding ourselves so that we cannot shift blame, but much rather take responsibility and make the necessary adjustments moving forward. We need to completely reject the premise of fake it until you make it, and we need to deal with reality and take responsibility for that reality within our lives. Because again, a lot of the time what corrupt politicians do is that they come at you, especially the young men, they come at you telling you that the system is against you. Well, of course it's against you. The idea is to break through the system. Not to complain about the system, but to break through the system. Okay. Number two over here, let your words and your actions match. In other words, excuse the pun, you don't want to be making empty promises to people. Let your yes be your yes. Let your no be your no. Because one of the most important aspects of your life is your integrity. Because with that integrity, you get to build trust and credibility moving forward, which in the long run gives you tremendous amounts of leverage. And that leverage is supposed to be used in order to bless other people. So let your words and your actions match. Let your yes be your yes. Let your no be your no. And then lastly, number three over here, by far, well, they're all obviously very important, but this is very important. Please note that let me set this up nicely over here. My wife, a couple of nights ago, she said to me, so we currently have a beautiful daughter and we're trusting God for many more kids moving forward. And therefore, I encourage you as a young man, get married to a woman, very important. And then also have a truckload of kids, build a great family, build a great life, and leave a godly legacy. I highly advise that you follow that path over there. With that being said, she said to me, what would be 3 lessons that I would teach my son? And this is one of them over here, which is, I will teach him that wisdom, by the way, I'll teach my daughter this too because I love her to bits. And this is it here. Wisdom is supreme. So buy wisdom. I'm not talking about knowledge and understanding of you. I'm talking about wisdom. Okay? So in order to have wisdom, you do need knowledge. So I encourage you to get knowledge and then begin to understand the knowledge that you have and then begin to apply it into your life. But don't pursue money. Don't pursue wealth. Pursue wisdom, because inside of wisdom is enduring wealth, prosperity, influence, wise decision making, everything that you and I ultimately need as a man. It's found right there in wisdom. And the beginning of wisdom is this: to fear the Lord, meaning to have a reverent respect for God, realizing that there is a God, there's one true living God, and that you and I are not God, and therefore we should seek him and his way of ultimately doing life. I hope you got something out of this video. Please share this far and wide. Subscribe if you have not yet done so, and also consider becoming a member, a media member, or media partner rather, of the William Moises Show. There's a link in the description down there below, and partner with us financially. Get activated today and help us to remain uncensored, free as well as independent, and help us to save this country from absolutely drowning by empowering the youth of this nation, empowering you and helping you to go to a whole new level. And listen, part of why we do these videos is we've seen that a lot of folks, when it comes to commentary on the news, etc., they just tell us about the problem. Here on this channel, we want to provide you with certain steps that you can take to see your life go to the next level in the midst of all the corruption happening beside us. Arise and shine, South Africa. You've been called for a time such as this. Let's not live in denial. Let's deal with reality. Let our words and actions begin to match, and by wisdom, pursue wisdom. All right. And through that, you can see your life go to a whole new level. Thank you for watching. God bless you. And may all of you have a cracker of a day further. Siyabangena, siyapambili, ons gaan voren.